All right. Good morning, friends. Today, I thought of sharing a motivational story, especially related to stress, as an icebreaker before getting into today's stress management session. I was reading a book and came across an interesting story, which I thought of sharing with our friends. So there were a group of friends. So for their alumni, they decided to all, meet at a old professor's home and have a good time. So they all got to get together and then met their professor at a professor's home, and they all were having a good discussion and good time. So as the discussion progressed, even the professor was having a great time. And as the discussion progressed, they all, started discussing how their life is progressing, at what stage of their life, they are at. And, some had kids, some are grown up kids. And everyone were in different phases of their life. Some were like great leaders. And slowly the topic got diverted into stress and tension in life. Everyone had having different level of stress, and then they were actually asking professor, like, how can we manage our stress? And then professor, asked them to, have some water, and then asked his wife to get some coffee. And his beautiful wife came in like 10 to 15 minutes with all the coffee. And she actually brought coffee in different cups, like ordinary cups, expensive cups, shiny cups, crystal cups. So and then everyone, took the coffee, and there were few cups left over. And then professor actually looked at them and said that, hey, friends, so you guys, every one of you have picked up nice, shiny, and expensive ones, and you have left out the ordinary and cheap ones out there. And everyone, and started to notice and had a curious and surprised face. So they actually, they had a surprised face looking at the professor, like, what is he saying? What is it about? And then, and professor said that, I wantedly had all types of cups, and no one actually noticed there were extra cups, and you all picked up the nicest and the greatest one. And here in this case, if if you think of cup, cup is just to hold the coffee. And as if you are giving more importance to the cup, which means that you are, and if you compare coffee with the life, and cup with the tools, like your money, love, and other material things, then if you give more importance to the other stuff, it leads to a tension and stress in life. So in this case, you know uh, changing a cup or having an expensive cup will not add any value to the coffee. And coffee, and at the same time, having a, if it's a bad coffee, even if you drink in an expensive cup, it's still bad. And it's about the coffee. If coffee is like a life, the cup is like the materials around you, like the love, or it can be the money, the status, the positions you run after, which actually causes lot of stress in your life. So and it also, goes on to say that, the professor goes on to say that the real, quality of a person lies within, which is in the coffee. But the external things like the cup is all, it's just for a showcase. So if you have, your value and quality within you, what lies within you, then outside really matters. And it actually, to summarize, what is life? Life is, not, as they say, it's between B and D. It's between birth and death. Birth and death, you don't have any choices. But you know but in between B and D, there is C, which is choice, your choice. For example, what career you want, what job you want, how much money you want, how much money you wanted to run out of. If you wanted to keep on running after success, then eventually it leads to stress. So have your choices wisely to have a healthy and happy life. That's a 5 minutes short motivational story. I'll come back with another short motivational story soon. Thank you.
Please support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to Dr. Ratan Talks channel.